It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Greene Brewery and it's a bottle of their Double Hop Monster IPA at 7.2% ABV. It's a step change for Greene, normally a producer of traditional beers. This will be something for me to try that's very different from them. I do like their Abbottale. I drink in a place called the Ship Inn in Barry, South Wales, where I live. I go there as many Saturdays as I can. Especially when the football's on down there. Because for me, it's ideal. It's one of these places where having 3 kids, I can put them in the little play centre they got down there. My kids are having a good time. They can have a hungry horse meal during the day. They can go back in the play den. They're in the play den having a good time. I'm in front of the television watching the football. Happy days. Saturday afternoon, that's what they're made for. So yeah, I was down the Greene, down the Ship Inn in Barry where I drink on a Saturday. And I got friendly with the assistant manager and he's a great guy. And I've been drinking some of their beers. The Old Hoppy Hen, Old Hoppy Hen. That was a pretty decent beer on cask. I reviewed that a few months ago. I was down there with my family about a month or 2 ago and he tapped me on the shoulder and he said, hey, we got this double hop monster that we've just got in. I'd like you to try it. So here it is. And while I've been standing here, I've had the beer quite close to my nostrils and it smells like a big, from here anyway, ramped up version of Abbottale. But let's first of all, let's look at the beer. Not surprising from Greene, it's a very bright, clean, crystal clear looking beer. It's an amber colour with a 1-finger white head. If you rock the beer back and forth, it's got great lacing on the glass. Look at that. Nice carbonation. Let's get the aroma. Double Hop Monster. It's very kind of malty. It's a big malty brew, but with a lovely kind of almost sweet grapefruity aroma to it. Loads of toffee. I'm intrigued. I want to try it. Cheers. And it is an interesting one. It tastes a little bit like Abbottale Reserve, but a bit more. I think Abbottale Reserve is 6.2% ABV, and that is a lovely kind of biscuity, malty, bready, big best bitter. And Greene specialise in these best bitters, these kind of ruby, biscuity, bready, fruity, traditional British best bitters. So for them, this would be a new leaf, really, a new way of brewing, a new way of looking at brewing. To go out and brew a 7.2% ABV beer after brewing and calling it Double Hop Monster and experimenting with hops, it's a big step change from what they used to do. They still do it, but now they're kind of looking at the hops. I think it still leans towards being a very, very good best bitter. Immediately I get toffee, I get biscuit, I get breadiness, I get that nice carbonation. And then there's a slight inkling, a slight bitterness that, to be fair to the beer, builds. It's a building bitterness. Slightly grapefruity, slightly lemony. And I think, to be honest, if I'm being perfectly honest, I think it's something that they can build on. I think, like tomorrow, I'll be going back down, it's Friday night, I'll be going back down the ship tomorrow and I'll be trying down there their Bonkers Conkers kind of seasonal ale, and that is where they are, you know that is going to be a great beer. Bonkers Conkers is going to be a biscuity, autumn, bready, warming brew. I think that beer, even before I've tried it, is where their comfort zone is. Going straight out and producing more or less a double IPA at 7.2% ABV. I think they needed to ramp the IBUs up just a little bit more. I reckon this beer, to get it past that big bready, biscuity taste from the malt, I think they should have sent it to about 70 IBUs. I think in its current state, it's probably 45 IBUs. That's international bittering units, IBUs. Starts at 0, no bitterness, goes right up to 100, where that's all your palate can take is 100 IBUs. And this is probably 45. So it's not super bitter, but I think it probably could do with being at around the 70 IBU mark to really push through that big malty, bready, biscuity brew. If they kind of took the label off this, ripped it off and called this a big kind of winter warmer or something like that, then I'd be drinking this and thinking, yeah, you know, I want to hug this beer. I want to sit and kind of really take my time with it and enjoy all of them big malty flavours. But calling it a double hop monster IPA, I think is a good first try from Greene King. But for me, I think that they need to take it to about 70 IBUs to really kind of hit home that double hop monster name. But I'm sure they can brew it again. Rating from me, Real Ale Craft Beer. I'm going to give it 2 ratings. 2 ratings today. As a double hop monster, as a big double IPA as they're pronouncing it to be, it would get a lowly 5 out of 10. But if this was just a brown bottle with no label on, and Greene King said try it, drink it, tell me what you think, I'd say, oh, this is your Christmas beer, this is your big, bold, kind of Christmas barley wine or something like that. And I'd say it's fantastic, it's an 8 out of 10. So, it's not a bad beer by any means. I'm not standing here saying it's a bad beer, I'm just saying it's a beer that isn't just quite a double hop monster. Ramp the IBUs up. Thanks for watching me. Put your comments in the comments box. Please subscribe to our daily beer reviews, and cheers.